Discover Your Calling. The Life's Task Lessons from Leonardo da Vinci, Darwin, and More Mastery by Robert Greene. What if the secret to greatness lies not in talent, but in discovering your true purpose? What if everything you've ever dreamed of achieving depends on aligning your life with the unique calling that only you can fulfill? Welcome to Historic Power Plays. Today, we're diving into Chapter 1 of Robert Greene's Mastery, titled Discover Your Calling, The Life's Task. In this chapter, Greene reveals a profound truth. Each of us is born with an inclination, a natural force within that drives us toward our true purpose. Ignoring this force leads to mediocrity and dissatisfaction, but embracing it unlocks the path to mastery and fulfillment. Throughout history, the world's greatest figures have followed their calling to achieve unparalleled success. Think of Leonardo da Vinci, who, as a child, was captivated by the intricate workings of nature. His relentless curiosity and pursuit of understanding laid the foundation for his masterpieces in art and science. Or Charles Darwin, who transformed his boyhood passion for collecting specimens into one of the most groundbreaking theories in human history. These stories, and others we'll explore today, illustrate the power of discovering and pursuing your life's task. They show us that mastery isn't reserved for the most talented or privileged. It's available to anyone willing to align their life with their true purpose. But how do we discover our calling? How do we overcome the societal pressures, distractions, and doubts that pull us away from our unique path? In this video, we'll delve into the key strategies Robert Greene outlines for finding and pursuing your life's task. We'll also uncover the lessons from history's greatest minds and how they can guide you to your own mastery. If you've ever felt unsure of your direction or wondered if you're truly living up to your potential, this is the video for you. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of Historic Power Plays. And don't forget to like this video and comment below. What's one passion or talent you've always wanted to pursue? Now, let's step into the mind of a young Leonardo da Vinci and uncover how his curiosity set the stage for his extraordinary journey toward mastery. Let's begin. Leonardo da Vinci and the Hidden Force. Leonardo da Vinci, perhaps no name in history evokes the idea of mastery more than his. Known as a genius of art and science, his achievements seem almost otherworldly. But what set Leonardo apart wasn't just raw talent. It was his relentless curiosity and his deep connection to the natural world. From a young age, Leonardo discovered a hidden force within him, one that would guide his life's work and shape his path to mastery. Born in 1452 in the Tuscan town of Vinci, Leonardo was the illegitimate son of a notary and a peasant woman. While this status might have limited his opportunities, it also freed him from the rigid expectations of formal education. This freedom allowed Leonardo to roam the countryside, observing the intricate workings of nature. He was captivated by the flight of birds, the flow of water, and the structure of plants, details that others might overlook but that he found endlessly fascinating. As a boy, Leonardo spent hours sketching his observations. His early drawings of birds in motion and mechanical devices weren't just the idle scribbles of a curious child. They were the seeds of his life's task. He wasn't merely drawing for pleasure. He was trying to understand the world, to uncover the hidden forces that governed its workings. This inclination toward curiosity and observation would define Leonardo's entire career. As an artist, he brought an unmatched realism to his paintings by studying anatomy in painstaking detail. He dissected human cadavers, observing the muscles and tendons that gave life to movement. His masterpiece, the Mona Lisa, captures an almost scientific understanding of light, shadow, and expression. But Leonardo's genius wasn't confined to art. He transcended boundaries, venturing into engineering, mathematics, and biology. His notebooks are filled with sketches of flying machines, water pumps, and war devices, ideas centuries ahead of their time. What united all of these pursuits was his insatiable desire to understand how things worked. Leonardo's story teaches us an essential truth about mastery. It begins with recognizing and nurturing the hidden force within us. For Leonardo, this force was his curiosity, his need to observe and explore. He didn't follow a linear path or conform to societal expectations. Instead, he trusted his instincts and allowed his interests to guide him. What's remarkable about Leonardo is that he wasn't necessarily the most disciplined or structured person. He famously left projects unfinished and moved from one subject to another. But his ability to immerse himself completely in whatever captured his attention at the moment allowed him to see connections that others missed. This openness to exploration, rather than rigid focus, became the hallmark of his genius. So, what hidden force drives you? What childhood fascination still lingers in the back of your mind, waiting to be rediscovered? Leonardo's story reminds us that mastery doesn't come from following someone else's path. It comes from honoring your unique inclinations and letting them lead you to greatness. If you're inspired by Leonardo's journey, let us know in the comments. What is your hidden force? Next, we'll dive into another incredible story, the journey of Charles Darwin, a man who followed his natural inclinations to change the way we see the world. Stay tuned. Darwin and the inclination strategy. Charles Darwin is a name that has become synonymous with groundbreaking scientific discovery. But what many don't realize is that Darwin wasn't always destined for greatness. In fact, his early life showed little promise of the revolutionary scientist he would become. What set him apart wasn't natural brilliance or privilege. It was his ability to align his work with his innate curiosity, his true calling. Darwin was born in 1809 into a wealthy English family. His father, a doctor, had high hopes for him to follow in his footsteps. But young Charles had other ideas. As a student, he was unremarkable. He found little interest in traditional education, much to his father's disappointment. Instead, Darwin's true passion revealed itself outside the classroom. He loved exploring the countryside, collecting beetles, plants, and fossils. These seemingly trivial hobbies would become the foundation for his life's work. In 1831, at the age of 22, Darwin was presented with a life-changing opportunity. He was invited to join the HMS Beagle as a naturalist on a 5-year voyage around the world. Though he wasn't the first choice for the role, Darwin's deep passion for the natural world made him the perfect fit. It was on this journey that his life's task began to take shape. As the Beagle sailed to South America, the Galapagos Islands, and beyond, Darwin meticulously collected specimens, studied ecosystems, and recorded observations. His journals from this voyage reveal a mind constantly questioning and seeking patterns in nature. Why did some species thrive while others perished? How did animals adapt to their environments? These questions planted the seeds for his revolutionary theory of evolution by natural selection. But Darwin's journey didn't end when he returned to England. What followed were decades of painstaking research and analysis. He examined his specimens, conducted experiments, and corresponded with other scientists, all while enduring harsh criticism and skepticism. Yet Darwin persevered, driven by an unrelenting curiosity that made the long, tedious work bearable. His magnum opus on the origin of species, published in 1859, forever changed our understanding of life on Earth. Darwin's success wasn't the result of genius alone. It was his alignment with his natural inclinations that allowed him to endure the challenges and rise to greatness. Contrast this with those who fail to follow their true calling. How many people settle into careers or roles that don't ignite their passion? They may achieve some level of success, but without that deep personal connection to their work, they lack the resilience to push through obstacles. Darwin's story shows us that when your work aligns with your natural inclinations, no challenge is insurmountable. What can we learn from Darwin's journey? Whether it's in your career, hobbies, or personal projects, your greatest potential lies in pursuing what you're naturally drawn to. Don't ignore the passions and curiosities that come effortlessly to you. They might just hold the key to your life's task. So, what are you naturally drawn to? Let us know in the comments below. And if Darwin's story inspires you, like this video and subscribe to Historic Power, plays for more powerful stories from history. Next, we'll explore the strategies for finding your own life's task with insights from Robert Greene's mastery. Stay tuned. Strategies for finding your calling. Finding your life's calling can feel like a daunting task, but Robert Greene lays out practical strategies in Mastery to guide you on this journey. These strategies aren't just for historical figures. They're timeless tools that anyone can use to discover their unique path. Let's break them down. 1. Return to your origins sometimes. The key to your calling lies in your childhood. As children, we naturally gravitate towards certain activities, hobbies, or subjects. Albert Einstein, for example, was fascinated by a simple compass as a child. That curiosity sparked his lifelong pursuit of understanding the forces of nature, ultimately leading to his groundbreaking theories. What did you love doing as a child? Was it drawing, solving puzzles, or exploring nature? Rediscover those early passions and see how they align with your current interests. Often, our childhood inclinations hold clues to our true purpose. 2. Occupy the perfect niche. Finding the right niche means identifying a space where your strengths and passions meet. Take Yoki Matsuoka, a pioneer in robotics and artificial intelligence. Her unique blend of interests in neuroscience, robotics, and human behavior allowed her to carve out a niche that few others could occupy. In your life, think about how your unique combination of skills, experiences, and passions can fill a gap or create value in a way no one else can. The perfect niche isn't crowded. It's waiting for someone like you to step in. 3. Avoid the false path. Societal pressures and external expectations can often lead us down a false path. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart experienced this firsthand. His father pushed him relentlessly into a career that didn't align with his deeper artistic inclinations. Eventually, Mozart rebelled, breaking free to compose some of the most iconic music in history. It's easy to fall into roles that seem safe or prestigious, but don't truly align with your inner inclinations. Ask yourself, are you pursuing this path because it fulfills you, or because it satisfies someone else's expectations? 4. Let go of the past. Life rarely goes as planned, and sometimes circumstances force us to change direction. Freddie Roach, a successful boxing trainer, exemplifies this principle. When his career as a boxer ended due to health issues, he didn't abandon his passion. Instead, he pivoted, becoming one of the most celebrated trainers in the sport. When faced with setbacks, don't cling to the past. Adapt and find new ways to channel your talents and passions. Change isn't failure. It's an opportunity to discover a new facet of your calling. 5. Find your way back. Even if you've strayed far from your calling, it's never too late to reconnect. Buckminster Fuller, the visionary architect and inventor, reached a point of despair early in his life. After a period of deep reflection, he rededicated himself to his work, ultimately creating revolutionary designs like the geodesic dome. Life's challenges can make us lose sight of our purpose. But as Fuller's story shows, Reconnecting with your calling during tough times can lead to extraordinary breakthroughs. Next, we'll explore how neuroscience explains the power of consistent practice and passion in achieving mastery. Stay tuned. The neuroscience of mastery. Have you ever wondered what separates masters from the rest of us? Is it raw talent, luck, or something deeper? In Mastery, Robert Greene argues that the secret lies in our ability to rewire our brains through consistent practice, passion, and persistence. Backing this up is a fascinating field of science, neuroscience. Let's explore how understanding the brain can unlock the path to mastery. The plasticity of the brain. Neuroscience has revealed that the human brain is incredibly plastic, meaning it has the ability to change and adapt based on experience. This process, known as neuroplasticity, allows us to develop new skills, strengthen neural pathways, and even reprogram how we think and act. When we repeatedly practice a skill, whether it's playing an instrument, coding, or solving problems, we create stronger connections between the neurons associated with that activity. Over time, this consistent effort builds expertise, making once difficult tasks feel almost effortless. Greene emphasizes that mastery is not about innate genius. It's about the hours you dedicate to deliberate practice. Consider a pianist practicing scales or a scientist conducting experiments. Each repetition refines their craft, embedding the skill into their brain. But this isn't just about mindless repetition. Deliberate practice, where you challenge yourself to improve incrementally, triggers the brain's plasticity and drives growth. Passion and persistence over talent. While practice is essential, Greene highlights that passion and persistence play an even greater role in achieving mastery. Why? Because passion fuels consistency. Without an emotional connection to your work, it's hard to endure the hours, setbacks, and challenges that mastery demands. Take the story of Charles Darwin, who spent years painstakingly analyzing specimens and data to formulate his theory of evolution. It wasn't sheer talent that drove him, it was his deep curiosity and love for the natural world. Similarly, the artists and innovators we admire today, whether in science, art, or technology, share one common trait. They're emotionally invested in their work. Passion turns tedious effort into something meaningful, and that meaning sustains persistence. The apprenticeship phase. Greene's concept of the apprenticeship phase ties perfectly into the neuroscience of mastery. This phase, which can last years, is about committing to deep, focused learning under the guidance of a mentor or through hands-on experience. During this time, the brain undergoes a transformation. As you master foundational skills, you free up mental energy to focus on innovation and creativity. Think of this phase as laying the groundwork for expertise. The neural pathways you build during your apprenticeship become the foundation upon which higher-level skills are developed. By patiently working through this phase, you prepare yourself for the intuitive leaps and breakthroughs that define true mastery. What this means for you. So, what does all of this mean in practical terms? First, it means that anyone can achieve mastery, regardless of where they start. Your brain is wired to adapt and grow. It's just a matter of putting in the time and effort. Second, it means you don't have to rely on talent alone. Instead, focus on building habits of consistent, deliberate practice. Stay connected to your passions and don't shy away from challenges. They're essential for growth. Conclusion from Leonardo da Vinci's relentless curiosity to Charles Darwin's deep passion for the natural world. History has shown us that discovering and pursuing your life's task is the foundation of mastery. It's not about raw talent or external circumstances. It's about listening to the inner voice that guides you toward your unique calling. In this chapter of Robert Greene's Mastery, we learned that the path to greatness begins with understanding who you truly are. Leonardo found his calling in observing and understanding the intricacies of nature, which allowed him to transcend boundaries in art and science. Darwin turned a childhood hobby into one of the most transformative scientific theories of all time. Both men embraced their innate inclinations, defied societal expectations, and followed their passions with persistence and courage. We also explored the strategies Greene outlines for finding your life's task, whether it's reconnecting with childhood passions, finding a unique niche, avoiding false paths, adapting to life's challenges, or rediscovering your calling during tough times. These tools are designed to help you align your life with your true purpose. And let's not forget the role of neuroscience in mastery. Our brains are wired to grow and adapt through consistent practice. By combining deliberate effort with emotional investment, you can rewire your mind for success, just as history's greatest figures have done. But this journey isn't just for the legends of the past. It's for all of us. You have a life's task waiting to be discovered and pursued. Whether it's art, science, business, or a passion project you've been dreaming about, the path to mastery starts with a single step: acknowledging and committing to your calling. So, take a moment to reflect. What is your unique inclination? What passion or curiosity have you been ignoring or sidelining? Today is the day to start taking steps toward your life's task. If you've been inspired by the lessons in this video, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Historic Power Plays. Together, we'll continue uncovering the secrets of history's greatest minds and unlocking the strategies to mastering life. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, remember, your greatness lies not in conforming to the world, but in discovering the path that's uniquely yours.